Good morning, my friends. It is a beautiful, cold, almost spring day. There's still some snow on the ground, but it should be spring in a few days, hopefully, once the snow has melted. But today, I am getting ready for work and I want to show you all my routine in the morning time before I go to work. So, today I'm doing things a little bit different. I'm switching some things around because I am going to work a little bit later this morning, so I have a little bit more time to do some stuff. So I usually start my day with reading my Bible and doing some basic chores before I start my breakfast. Then I have breakfast. But today I am having breakfast first before I exercise. Usually I'll exercise first and then I have breakfast. But I have something to do after breakfast. So that is why I'm going to eat breakfast first, then exercise. I like to have a healthy breakfast in the morning, something that would carry me until at least 1 o'clock, because I like to do keto dieting sometimes. I find when I do keto, I feel very full and it just helps me to maintain my weight. And I like to also do intermediate fasting also. So when I'm doing intermediate fasting, I tend to eat in certain increments. And today is one of those days. So let's get breakfast ready. I'm having avocados today with some boiled cinnamon and a bay leaf tea, and I love to drink this. And this is really good for maintenance of weight. And I have to have my banana. I have a banana every single morning, and I'm having some strawberries.
Mhm.
And inside
Mhm.
my flatbread, I am having some avocados. Now, you can make any kind of flatbread you want. You can make coconut flatbread, you can make almond flatbread. I make a variety of flatbreads. This one is just a plain one using unbleached flour. This is the one I'm having with some butter inside of it. So it's a really, really plain one. And yeah, and I add some honey in my tea. I didn't film that, but there's honey in my tea. And that's gonna be my breakfast. I like to ensure that I wash all my dishes and leave my kitchen clean before I go to work, because when I come back from work, I tend to prep my dinner and I don't want anything to be in my sink. I just want it to be clean. I can just prep my dinner because usually I start cooking at around 5 o'clock because dinner is at 6:15 or 6 to 6:30, or between 6:15 and 6:30 we eat dinner. So I like to have a clean kitchen. So whatever I eat for breakfast, I just wash up the dishes and leave a clean sink. Today I'm making rice and red beans. Actually, it's just plain rice and coconut curry red beans. We love this meal, and so I'm making that tonight. And I'm also gonna make some vegetables with that. So I am washing my beans and I'm gonna leave it to soak. It's gonna swell, and by the time I get home, it's gonna be ready to be cooked, and it's gonna be very easy to cook. This is what I do when I'm cooking beans in the evening time for dinner. It's very, very easy when you do that because the beans swell, and then by the time you get home in the afternoon time, it takes about half an hour to cook, even 20 minutes because it's well swollen. Now that my beans is soaking, I am going to come downstairs and check my emails. I'm checking to see if I have any orders for the day so I can prepare myself to decide if I'm going to pack orders this afternoon when I come from work or if I'm going to pack orders the next day, depending on how much orders I have. I am also checking my email from work and making sure that there is no changes that is happening today, because usually things are posted on our website and we know what is happening. Well, on the email, actually, the work email. So we know if there's any changes in the schedule or something like that. So I am checking that. Then I am going to find my exercise, my favorite exercise that I like, and I put it on and I start to exercise. But most of the times I just put the exercise video on and I just exercise to the music, doing my own exercise because I have my own set of exercise workout that I created for myself, and I do sets of them. I usually do sets of 20, depending on how much exercise I'm doing for the day and depending on what I am doing, for whether I'm doing weights or I'm doing aerobic exercise or I'm doing high intensity training. So today I am doing a combination of high intensity training with a little bit of weights. I'm using my dumbbells today. I enjoy using my dumbbells. For the past couple of weeks, I've been working on my arms. I want to get my arms really, really strong. I had a little problem with my shoulder. My shoulder was hurting me, and I had a little injury on my right shoulder years ago, but it was kind of hurting me a bit. So I had to take it easy on my arm, and also because of my arm, because of the pain in my arm, it was causing my arm to swell. So I couldn't do any push-ups or anything like that, and also my fingers were also swollen a bit. But it's because of the injury it was causing that. So I had to do a lot of leg exercise or core exercise, back and obliques, and I had to just take it easy on my shoulder, my upper body, because my shoulder was hurting me a lot and my hand and my arm was swollen. So now today I am back to just strengthening my arm and my upper body again, and I am using my dumbbell. These dumbbells together, they're 10 pounds, 5 pounds on each side, and I love working with the dumbbells. I work with both of them, sometimes I work with one of them, and I also have some smaller weights which are some 2 pounds, and I use that too. I didn't film the part with when I'm using the 2 pound weight. I just did the dumbbell part because I'm only doing 15 minutes of exercise this morning because I have to go to work. And this is what I do, just 15 minutes. Sometimes I do 17, but today I'm doing 15. And so you can just follow this workout if you want to lose weight, if you want to strengthen your core, if you want to just keep your leg shapely, and if you want to keep your bum like tight. This is good exercises. So you can do them in sets of 20 or sets of 25. It depends on your level of exercise. So I tend to do my sets in sets of 20. And depending on the day I am having, if I'm full of energy, I'll do sets of 25 or sets of 30. Yeah. So yeah. Many people have a hard time keeping up with the exercise routine or schedule when it comes to exercise, which is basically staying in shape and just moving. But I tend to do exercise every single day except on the Sabbath. So 6 days a week, because I find it keeps me motivated, and I will do 15 minutes of high intensity training every single day, or I'll do 20 minutes of weight every 2 days, because that works for me and I find I'm not getting boring. But a lot of times people want to exercise and lose weight and they feel they have to go to the gym, or they have to run for an hour, or they have to go to the gym for an hour. Like, no, just take your time and do stuff easy. Do things easily, things that you enjoy. Like, take short periods of time. If you want to exercise for 10 minutes with a high intensity training, just do that. Make up your own exercise and do exercise that you love and you enjoy. You don't have to always follow somebody else's exercise. You can use their music, just let the video run and listen to the music if you like the music, but you can make up your own exercise. All this exercise I am doing, I made them up. When I say make them up, I mean like this is the exercise that I choose. Yeah, actually some of them I do make up, but I choose to put them in a certain order, and I do them just like that, in that order, every single week, right? So that's basically that. And it's really easy. I'm not working out for 1 hour at a time, because first of all, in the morning time I don't have the time, and in the afternoon time when I exercise, like I don't even have the time to exercise 1 hour during the week. But on the weekends I have time to exercise for an hour. So on Sundays I can exercise for an hour in the morning and an hour in the afternoon, because it's the weekend and I'm free. And Friday afternoon I can exercise a little bit longer. I can exercise for an hour in the afternoon before I start my prepping for the Sabbath. So when you want to lose weight, you want to exercise, like just plan ahead and take your time. The next thing we're going to move on to is doing 35 minutes of editing. I know a lot of us are YouTubers, and sometimes we say, oh, we don't have time, we don't have time, we don't have time. But every morning, if I do 35 minutes of editing on specific videos, like I start specific videos and then I just start editing them. By the end of the week, I edit a lot of my videos. Some of them is not completed, but I can go back when I have more time and just finish the edit. But if you're waiting to sit there for a long period of time editing, it gets boring. You're like, oh, I don't want to edit. But if you just go at it for 30 minutes every day, if you're a working person, then you won't have a problem with editing. And now I'm going to head upstairs and I'm going to shower and get ready. I'm going to get dressed. work. Okay, guys, I'm at work. My keys. Okay, guys, I'm at work. See you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.